Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 350, titled Flames. Honestly, I feel like Edgelord should be one of the titles in in the next couple of chapters because trust me, I feel like with every single chapter that focuses on the League of Villains, they're just becoming more and more like Edgelord at this point. We'll get to it at the end of the chapter, but trust me, they're just getting even more edgelord than before. So, anyways, we start this chapter off with some black room, as the nurse says this voice belongs to, and someone says it has already started, hasn't it? We see that we are actually in the police station, as one of the police officers that seems to have some kind of gorilla mutation, as this guy just tells the person talking to shut it. As we see this person saying, the number of officers has reduced significantly. It's clear as day, everything. As we see that this person who's talking is actually Ujiko. So I guess this is where he was contained. Honestly, the police station was probably like the safest option, especially considering the breakouts in the other prison. So it makes sense that he'll be contained here. As Ujiko's like, everything was for this moment. We had to research for so long, all for those small stunting seeds. Seeds? As then we cut back to where Shoto and Dabi were about to fight, as we see Dabi doing like a kind of a ballerina type of thing, as he's like just going up in the air with all the fire spinning around him, as we see like a battle shot of the Dabi in the last chapter, where I thought that where apparently my suspicions on about old Hirokoshi not being able to fully complete the outside the end was correct. Like we see the chin how it's supposed to look, as then we see them saying those few wicked seeds worthy of being vessels. As we see short looking serious and he's just laughing at. So yeah. Apparently we're going to have some connection between Dabi and Ujiko revealed in this chapter. Anyways, we get a flashback page. So, anyways, 11 years ago, as we see our forest completely on fire, relating to Dabi's, origin about burning and stuff. As we see Sakota Peak, as we see Dabi engulfed in flames, screaming in pain, as Dabi is like, hot, hot, no, I don't wanna die. As I think his, wait, is this his jaw falling down? And we see Darby saying, I still haven't. As we, I think, just see the fire being set, as I think he's trying to go to a lake that's over there. Although, honestly, I feel like the lake will just evaporate. As we get a black panel, as he's like, show him what I can really do. As there we cut to the present day, as Ujiko is standing to the gorilla guy. He took was another child, tossed away for harboring a bit of darkness. Forget darkness. It's almost like he had an entire world from the very beginning. And then we see back to this flashback, as we see a man, like a very nicely dressed man with a top hat, approaching, as we have which was saying it was everything. As then we see Darby's burnt corpse that, well, by the looks of it, looks like the lake at least cooled the fire down from his body, but his body still looks like flipping burned up corpse. It looks completely burned up corpse like. Honestly, I feel like the lake must have. I think it was probably bare minimum. It could just be the people trying to cool the fires down. That's the reason why he's out of it. I mean, don't they drop like aren't there like vehicle like plane helicopters that drop water down on the police station? Oh yeah, well in the fire amongst the firefighters. So anyways, then we cut sometime later as we see Darby waking up, and well he looks a little bit more like he looks now, but was a bit more like you can still tell the stitches and the scratch marks. but it's like you can, but he's a bit, better as then we get to see him in like a hospital room, like a very childlike hospital room, and we see some stickers on the and a little note saying "Get well soon, Mister Sleepyhead," and he looks very childlike. As then we have Dot be looking around him as he's thinking to himself, "Where am I? Am I still alive?" And he just goes through the panel and through this hallway. As this hallway kind of looks like it's a very, this very like weird, surreal, childlike hallway. And also something to mention is someone stated that, Unami's YouTuber stated that this child room could be the same children's room that Overhaul was in, which will get very significant, especially later. But I feel like it could just be like a generic way how a child's room looks like, since, let's be real here, you don't want to overcomplicate the design of a children's room. But we are going to be mentioning something very interesting about. I think it's the girl, honestly, that's making a reason why this might have some connection to Overhaul's backstory. But we'll get into it just actually about now. So, anyways, while Darby is making his way through the hallways, he actually seems to spot the cafeteria with a few students, and he apparently enters it since he's very confused, wants to know what's going on. As we see one girl saying, "Ah, he's awake," as the other girl next to her is like, "Mr. Sleepyhead woke up." As then we have Darby saying, "What is this place?" As in, he touches his voice like, "Is this my voice?" So I guess if in case someone was asking why did no one recognize Dobby's voice, apparently it was a different voice than it was when he was a child. Not just age-wise, but actually different. Oh my god, the changes. I'm gonna say it was probably that why no one recognized it. Honestly, like I mean, your voice may change when you get puberty, but at the very least, I feel like there's still some like resemblance to it. But the voice could just be completely different. Good thing that the anime didn't animate his scene yet. So, anyways, then we see the girl saying, "Home, silly." To his response, I guess I guess she must have come a bit after when he was already in that coma, because I mean, I feel like if she saw him coming here, she would probably have known that he was asleep since as soon as he arrived there. Maybe she didn't know. I don't know. By the way, something to mention about this girl is that she actually resembles a girl in Overhaul's flashback, which I feel like is the reason why people are putting the connection in. But it could just be a very generic design. Honestly, I'm more interested in seeing if how similar does this girl and Hagakure look like. Like, because, I don't know, Unami also stated the possibility of there being another person in this situation as Dabi and Shigaraki, as we're gonna find out soon, but I'm not exactly sure on that front. But we'll see. So, anyways, then we see the other girl be like, "Sensei, say," as in we have that girl with black hair, or I'm guessing black hair, be like, "Mr. Sleepyhead, 3 years. He was sleeping for 3 whole years. I don't know since I only recently came here, but Sensei told me." I'm not sure that's the black haired girl or that's the previous girl, which I guess it confirms that this girl was only recently brought in. So yeah. Now, anyways, we have Dobby being like thinking to himself, 3 years? What happened to me? I was at Sakoto Peak when I burned up and I have to go back. As then we see this like this very surreal kind of guy with this sunflower mutation type quirk, like who's trying to be like this very happy smile, very happy, be smiling thing. That like his face looks like what a child would draw, kind of when they had to draw a sunflower. As we have him saying, "Well, you can't do that," and he's all smiling as we see the back of this guy, and this guy's actually like very big and very muscular. Like, not I don't think it's the most he's that above the average muscular, but he's really very built. As we have be saying, "Why not?" As we see this guy with the sunflower saying, "You live here now with everyone else. All of these guys will become your new family. I'm sure you'll warm up to them quickly." Yes. That's definitely gonna make. That's not helping, dude. I have no idea who you are, but that's not helping. As we have Dobby saying, "Huh? Hold on a second. I gotta go home. My dad. He was probably but he was so busy and couldn't come see me, right?" As like Dobby is trying to like kind of desperately process everything and try to kind of explain why Endeavor didn't find him, because you'd think that Endeavor would be able to, or at least any hero would be able to find the son of number two and bring it all. Like he doesn't really understand the whole thing going on here. As then we have David saying to himself, sure, no, saying to that something like, surely he's worried sick about me. I did something terrible. I said something terrible. I need to apologize to mom and the others. I just want dad to look at me again. I guess maybe it's the fact, maybe he just thinks it's like a normal place. Because let's be real here, outside of this sunflower guy, the rest of it seems very normal. As then we get a monitor acting as the ones like someone from the ones like saying, "I'm afraid that won't be possible anymore." Well, totally not giving red flags. As we see this person from the monitor saying, as they're both as the sunflower, and I'll be looking at, as he's saying, "Your body was burned to almost nothing. Putting you back together was quite the extreme procedure." I guess it's Ujiko now because of the way he's talking, as we have the voice saying, all the part, all the partially destroyed tissues has been grafted on you. Space speed up your recovery. There's burn scars all over your face, and you've undergone some drastic changes, but at least you're still alive. So we have then I'll be saying, what are you saying? I don't understand the changes. Well, you don't seem to have the lower part of your jaw, so that's, I think, one of the reasons. Is there you have Ujiko, I'm guessing, saying, you won't be able to use your power like before. You have sustained grave damage in several organs. Your somatic nerve system is impaired, causing sensations like pain to become duller. Your body has become weaker. You will never go back to how you were before. As Ujiko says this, we have Dalby just holding him by his mouth as like again, like it looks like he's gonna have a panic attack. As the voice like, we would have wanted you to join our ranks prior to all of this. We put so much work into you, but alas, you were a failure. Wow, dude, you're really doing wow, Chico. You're doing a really fine job at recruiting these children to your organization, type of shit. As then we also, when Ujiro is saying you're a failure, we also get a flashback to Endeavor and Toya. As Darby then looks like he's about to, like, I think, throw up, which that might just be this new stomach speaking. King. As then we have the saying, oh, did that hit a nerve? How pitiful your life must have been. Yeah, again, not helping, as the Ujiro is saying, but we may be able to restore your firepower to what it was before. What do you think? You can become part of our family, go to classes, have fun. I guess now comes the manipulation, as then we have Darby saying, shut up. As the was like, hmm? As then we have Darby going a bit crazy, as he seems like he's about to start crying. It's like, I have no intention of learning from any other man. So yeah, he really wants to learn from Endeavor. As then we got back to the present, is Ujiko saying, it was too late to show him the way. He was so burnt out already. Honestly, I would blame you the way you started to manipulate him. I feel like anyone who has skipped 3 years and just woken up should probably have gotten a little bit more just. Oh no, you can't leave. You have to stay here. Do stuff we want you. No, it doesn't matter. Your father, it doesn't matter, and all that type of stuff. But yeah. Anyways, then we have Ujiro saying even him who controls everything found it impossible to manipulate that obsession he had for his father. As then we have Ujiro saying, as we see that place being burned, and saying they were nothing more than sparks spares in case anything happened to Shiro Tomura. Incredibly strong yet deformed sapling filled with hatred. The perfect vessel for the Demon King. As yeah, like I said, the place is being burned, which I'm not sure if this means that all the children there are burned to death, or if one of them survived. Again, it's difficult to say, but we'll see. As they will see Dobby running away, as we're just saying, Dobby was one of those sparks, but he was a failed creation. Yeah, well, he's still not exactly the worst creation, considering the fact how much he destroyed. As then we have this gorilla dude kind of get a bit nervous, like, why are you tell, actually, what are you trying to say? It is another one of those boring, all for one, had it all planned from the beginning histories. Sounds like it. As then Uju was like, this story is just a warning from me to you. That thing lives in a world detached from even from ours. Which there seems to be some confusion on what exactly Ujiko is saying here. Which I think when he says that thing just might mean about how fucking deranged and insane Dobby is right now. That's what I think this is supposed to represent. Not like any kind of demon from other world or any kind of fantasy type of thing. I think it's just supposed to be Dobby is so fucking crazy, so fucking insane that he is essentially, he might as well be detached from everything. I mean, remember, Dobby may want to escape, but he had no reason to like burn the facility down and kill everyone working there and every child. Like the children were probably just as, you know, were just different types of victims, honestly. But yeah, anyways, then we have Ujiro saying the reason we let him go was because of his body after waking up. It shouldn't have even lasted a month. Wait, he should have died like as soon as he ran away. My God, that's insane. Is then we get like a flashback of when Ujiko was showing Hood to Dobby, as we get him say, as Ujiko saying, when that broker brought him in, we were genuinely surprised. Why did you come back? Why are you still alive? I guess they didn't actually ask him. They were just like surprised, like, wait, what? Why is he here? He should be dead. Like they recognized them, but Dobby didn't have anything. Although judging by it, as soon as he encountered him for the first time, apparently he put the pieces together rather fast. As we have Dobby saying, Ujiko-san, it was you, wasn't it? The one who kept me alive this long. As then we see Ujiko closing the door as just thinking to himself, I wanted to hear that. But he's probably saying this to the gorilla dude. It's like, I wanted to hear Dobby's real motive, so I brought him in when we got the chance to talk privately. As we have Ujiko saying, so you figured out why you're still alive. I'm over the moon. As then we have uh, Dobby, I think, saying, looking at this living corpse over here, I can get the good solid idea of what you did to me back then. The reason I came back here is because this is the perfect spot for a funeral. As then we have Ujo Gabriel knows like that one look said it all. As we get a close up of Dobby's eyes, his eye, as which to me doesn't look all that special, but it is, it's supposed to look very, this presence of it is very striking, as Uju was like, this body that overcame even death was held together only by the flames of vengeance. It's symbolically, I'm sure it's not actually a thing unless it is some property that Dob is gonna explain later, like the fire, I was using blue flame to like put to keep melting the damages so quickly that it didn't even like start to decay it or something. I have no idea. Maybe something like that, but we'll see. Although it could just be a translation thing, maybe it's gonna be explained better. But I'm guessing just symbolically. And then we get like a blue flame shot over All Might statue, as Darby saying, Shoto, I did go back home. Although my body was weaker than before, and I didn't have anything to look forward to in life anymore. As then we see Shoto getting ready for attack, as we see like a flashback of how Darby was running around. I guess no one said that, although to be fair, it was in the middle of the night, so maybe no one did actually need to notice it. As we have Darby thinks to himself, I still want to be recognized by him, but as I was saying, even a little bit, I wanted to change. I wanted to see that change. As then we see Darby saying, I was reminded once again, as we see the memorial that Endeavor has to Toya, as towards like 3 years passed, yet the same story continued. As we see a shot of Endeavor, but looks something beating Shoto up with some kind of stick. My god, Endeavor, that should really have been your red flag as you saw it. Is then we have Endeavor's ferocious as angry as Dobby saying, "What of the reason why I was born? I'm just a defective product. My life has no meaning. My family has already moved on from me." I mean, to be fair, you were basically thought to be dead for 3 years, and by the looks of wait, actually, you probably don't know that you cover up, but I feel like you should have been more than smart enough to tell your death was a cover up. The story was probably you died on that hill and that's it. So to be fair, they had no idea. Like this is a good what if story. If what if someone in the Todoroki family saw Toya before, well, Dabi before he left because he was there for at least a little bit because he saw the memorial and he opened the door at the very minimum, which my god, that must have some really shitty security if Toya was able to just sneak in without any issues. And then we have Toya's feet, well, Dobby's feet on the ground as he's starting to like set a little bit of flames. As Dobby saying, when you cross certain limits, the things that used to shape you lose all meaning. As then we see Dobby's cloak, I think, burning to ash, as also his remaining skin that he had also starts to burn. And then he says, I devote myself to just to make my flame stronger. I couldn't face him while being weak. As then we see his burned hands starting to be so burned that they actually start to decay from his body. As then we have Darby saying, even as this body burned and rotted, I could no longer feel anything. As then we see his fingers, I think, disintegrating and just becoming blue flames. As then we see like a bunch of phones and tablets and computers and TVs panel as he's saying I've seen many of his moves. I guess referring to older ways he saw it, like I guess he saw it through TVs and stores. Maybe he saw something when he was testing. I have no idea how he saw on phones or tablets. I have no idea how he managed to survive that long. I mean, let's be real fair, he was just running around the streets. I don't see how he managed to completely escape get any of these things, but maybe he stole it. As then we have one of the psychics being like, Shotokun, it's too hot! As we have Shoto saying, you wanted to die from the start? As the Danbe saying, every time he protected the city, every time the crowd cheered for him, my hound pounded like crazy. As more flames comes, and then we see Darby doing a little prayer at his own memorial, which must be really weird, in all honesty. As Darby's like, Toya died, and Darby was born, which I guess this whole praying is supposed to mean goodbye, Toya, he's dead, and now I'm Darby from now on. As then we have the gorilla. Well, actually, go back to the gorilla and Ujiko. Ujiko's like, heat is energy, born from all things in creation, springing forth and moving. Ofra, who tries to live forever, could never have it. The kind of heat that can only drive you towards death. So I guess it's one of the things that Ofra can have. As then we, for the last two panels of this chapter, or the penultimate panel of this chapter, we see Dobby as he is pretty much just a burned flipping corpse, as he's saying, as Ujiko is saying, something even the Demon Lord gave up on, the fatal flames of insanity, and understatement of millennia, as we see Dobby on All Might statue burning into a crypts, as he himself is burning to a crypts with his remaining skin becoming even less together as possible, looking like the most edgelord character in all of edgelord. My god! Talk about escaping from the edgelord school. Was that what we were teaching the kids how to be edgelords in that school? As then we have W using Flash Fire Fist, and it looks like his mouth is actually sending blue flames as well. By the love of edgelords, as Darby is saying, I will burn everything precious to him down to the ground. That will be the proof that I ever existed. I think you're trying to become the biggest edgelord in the world will be the proof you existed. Then we have the narrator saying, spiraling flames collide, as Shoto says, like I'm going to let you do that, you edgelord brother. So yeah, this is looking like edgelord heaven right now. Oh, by the way, My Academia is gonna be on a break next week, so I'm guessing this. So yeah. Which, well, before we go into my final thoughts, I gotta be honest, I am kinda curious on what exactly will Spinner get once we get focused on him. Hopefully, we get the next chapter is gonna focus on Spinner. God pray that we get focus on Spinner in the next chapter. Because at this point, I feel like every single League of Villains member has just become more of an edgelord. I mean, Tomura Shiraki is currently using his giant flat hands and fingers put together to fight and using them to stand up. Toga is talking about love when everything is dying, destroying around her, with blades flying around her to take their blood, as she's thinking of using the remaining blood of her friend to destroy everything. And Darby is now a flipping burnt corpse, blue flamed burnt corpse. The only one that's waiting to be Angelo at this point is Spinner, and I am pretty sure that he got a bunch of quirks that are simply needing some time to stabilize, and that's the reason why he's just looks like he is on fucking steroids. But my god, Goshi is really trying to make the League of Villains look like edgelords. The most edgelord team, League of Villains. Bar none. But yeah, so, my thoughts on this chapter, it's a good explanation chapter. It explains, Darby explains a few things and it connects to a few things and makes you wonder to how many other things will connect and what will be the reveals. Now, I'm not sure where this was, if this will lead, how this will go. Like, honestly, I feel like this spell might just be the first one we focus on and because like, I have no idea how long Darby can fucking remain like a burned up corpse. Honestly, it's possible we just end this battle with Darby first and then we focus on other things because, my god, I can't see Darby like lasting that long as a burnt flipping corpse. Slowly destroying his body even more. Like, every shot of him is literally him losing more and more of his skin. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it from my opinions on this chapter, but my god, is this some edgelord, next level edgelord horror movie shit. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And don't forget to tell me your thoughts and opinions on this chapter in the comments below. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time in the next edgelord chapter of My Hero Academia. Goodbye.